In the aftermath of the Louisiana Purchase, the Lewis and Clark expedition was a much heralded blow for American rights in the face of international competition. But that was only one of 4 expeditions authorized by Jefferson. 4 years before Lewis and Clark set off, an Army officer from New Jersey led 2 long-distance treks, one northward to the headwaters of the Mississippi River and the other to the southwest. These were the only expeditions authorized by Jefferson, while they were already en route, planned and launched by subordinates within the military. Given that Lewis and Clark remained so famous, it was inevitable that the other American explorers would be overlooked, particularly William Eaton, the hero of the Battle of Derna in the Barnaby Wars, and Zebulon Montgomery Pike, the explorer of the Mississippi. In the case of Pike, Orsi suggests that the explorer is overlooked and in some cases slighted due to what the expeditions did and did not accomplish. Eaton and Pike represented the first wave of manifest destiny, expanding the Republican principles of liberty and citizenship in the world. Contrasted to that patriotic sentiment are caveats and questions. The career of Zebulon Pike was dominated by ambiguously motivated explorations of the American West. Within the procurement of the Louisiana Purchase, which doubled the size of the nation, Pike had the full force of American authority at his disposal, and his travels through the Colorado Rockies into New Mexico pushed the boundaries between America and Spain. Captured by Spanish officials for illegal entry, he was finally released back into American custody after a year, with a volume of new information on Spanish territory, its economy, and its military configuration. This sparked a debate about whether the capture was planned by the American government itself. Pike's return is still debated, as is his relationship with General James Wilkinson and Aaron Burr. The controversy is relevant to Burr's alleged conspiracy to establish a competing empire in the American Southwest, or perhaps as a way of conquering Spanish America without involving the White House. Pike's papers, confiscated by the Spanish, have complicated the search for the truth, and any evidence of his complicity remains confidential, in part because of the unpredictable explorer's unpredictable demise. Zebulon Montgomery Pike was born on January 5, 1779, in Lamberton, New Jersey, the second of 8 children for Zebulon Pike Sr. and Isabella Pike. 4 of Zebulon's siblings died before adulthood, and 3 others contracted tuberculosis. Little is known of his personal childhood details outside of a passion to visit the banks of the Delaware River, watching it roll by for hours. Pike was born during the American Revolution, and Lamberton is now called Lamington in Bedminster of Somerset County, New Jersey. The community is part of modern Trenton. He was raised for part of his childhood in Ohio and Illinois in a military environment, and from his experience in numerous army posts, he absorbed large doses of nationalism. As a child, Zebulon expressed an early intent to achieve public acclaim. Pike's father was an Army colonel who served under General George Washington in the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War. Pike Sr.'s grandfather was the first to be named Zebulon, and Pike Sr.'s great-great-grandfather served in a company of militia in Woodbridge, New Jersey, in addition to being a judge. John Pike was the one who initially brought the family to Middlesex. Women in the family were often given the name Zebuline, and the tradition of naming male children Zebulon has continued to this day, with Chief Petty Officer Zebulon Pike serving in the U.S. Navy since 1976.